Noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Good day, everyone. Special to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo in Quezon City. Today's Thursday, January 16, 2025, and this is AFP Committee News, your source for the updates of the armed forces and other developments across the country. I am Rolf Susan Abay, here to bring you today's stories.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For our headlines, Philippine Navy rescues stranded vessel with 121 on board in Tawi-Tawi waters.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
59B strengthens community security in Sipalay City through pulong-pulong activity.
DWDD National News.
PNP arrests 85 for violating election gun ban.
DWDD National News.
And Philippines reports over 6 million SMS scams in 2024, says Who's Call.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And for the brief overview of our stories, the Philippine Navy through BRP Joselo or Senior PC-390 successfully rescued passenger vessel ML Sayang 1, stranded for 6 days due to engine failure and bad weather while en route from Zamboanga City to Turtle Island's Tawi-Tawi. The vessel was located 5.4 nautical miles west of Siklang, Kalong Island, carrying 106 passengers and 15 crew members. Fresh water, food, medical aid, and communication access were provided before towing the vessel to Taha Island, Pearlbank, Tawi-Tawi. All passengers and crew were reported safe but distressed.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 15th Infantry Malawi Warrior Battalion hosted a pulong-pulong activity in partnership with Barangay Kamindangan officials in Sipalay City, Negros Occidental. The event, attended by local leaders and residents, included stress debriefing sessions, psychological first aid, and an insurgency awareness campaign. Battalion personnel provided updates on recent security operations and emphasized the importance of vigilance and unity in maintaining peace. The program featured an open forum for residents to share concerns, a feeding program, and parlor games for children. Captain Elnard Alde, the acting battalion executive officer, reiterated the battalion's commitment to peace, urging collaboration and support for former rebels seeking reintegration.
Armed Forces Radio.
And more updates from Jai about 48 IB receives award for dismantling SMRC Guerrilla Fund 57.
Yes, Rolf, the 48th Infantry Guardians Battalion received the Streamer Award at the 10th ID Bayanihan Center, Davao City, for dismantling Guerrilla Front 57 of the Southern Mindanao Regional Committee. Led by Lieutenant Colonel Gilbert F. Gomez, the battalion's military operations, intelligence efforts, and community engagements ensured peace in Bukidnon. Eastern Mindanao Command praised the unit's professionalism and dedication during the awards ceremony, and the 48th Infantry Battalion continues to support reconciliation and reintegration efforts, maintaining peace in southern Bukidnon. This is Jai reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jai.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, the Philippine National Police reported 85 arrests for election gun ban violations as of Wednesday. PNP spokesperson Brigadier General Fajardo revealed that the highest arrests occurred in Central Luzon with 26, Metro Manila with 21, and the Ilocos region with 9. Authorities confiscated 86 firearms, including revolvers, pistols, rifles, and others. The gun ban under Comelec Resolution number 11067 is in effect from January 12 to June 11 to curb election-related violence. Nationwide Comelec checkpoints are also operational ahead of the May 12 polls.
DWDD National News.
A total of 157,570 SMS scams were reported in the Philippines in 2024, according to Who's Call, a color identification service provider. Mel Migrino, the country's head of Who's Call's developer Gogolook, revealed that the highest number of scams occurred in the fourth quarter with 2,079,968 cases, accounting for 33.8% of the annual total. December, which coincided with the holiday season, saw the most significant surge in scams, reaching 708,005 incidents. Undersecretary Alexander Ramos of the Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center highlighted the rise of spoofing scams, where fraudsters impersonate official channels like telcos, e-wallets, and digital banks to lure victims into clicking malicious links. Around 600,000 Filipinos were affected by SMS scams in 2024, with 201,760 reported in the fourth quarter alone.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more updates from Gina about 15th IB leads Kawayan Coastal Cleanup Drive.
Yes, Raf, the 15th Infantry Molave Warrior Battalion organized a coastal cleanup drive at Barangay Poblacion, Kawayan, Negros Occidental with support from local leaders, residents, and agencies. Participants included Sambayanan Negros, the Bureau of Fire Protection, Philippine Coast Guard, Municipal Disaster Risk Reduction Management Office, and Mayor John Ray D. Tabuhara. 15th IB stressed the importance of community involvement in maintaining environmental cleanliness and sustainable development. The event encouraged proper waste management and unity to protect the environment and support livelihoods. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gina.
DWDD National News.
The Office of the Vice President announced that it no longer has funds for medical and burial assistance for this year. According to the OVP, the 2025 General Appropriations Act did not approve funding for these programs. In response, the OVP expressed apologies to the public. In 2024, the OVP assisted over 187,000 individuals with medical and burial aid with a total budget of 822.3 million pesos.
DWDD National News.
Three weather systems will continue to affect parts of the country today. Pag-asa weather forecaster Chanel Dominguez said Visayas and Mindanao will experience warm and humid weather due to the easterlies, while Metro Manila, Ilocos Region, Cagayan Valley, the Cordillera Administrative Region, and Central Luzon will have isolated rains. Meanwhile, the shear line will bring cloudy skies with scattered rains and isolated thunderstorms in the Bicol Region, Cagayan, Isabela, Quirino, Aurora, Quezon, Oriental Mindoro, Marinduque, and Romblon. Dominguez also said no tropical cyclones or low-pressure areas were monitored within the Philippine area of responsibility.
Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let us hear more from Shai about MBLT-10 secures peaceful 2025 local elections.
Yes, good afternoon, Rolf. Marine Battalion Landing Team 10 is actively securing the 2025 local elections by conducting law enforcement operations across municipalities. Their efforts aim to maintain peace and safeguard the democratic rights of Filipinos. Commission on Elections with the Armed Forces of the Philippines and Philippine National Police has set up checkpoints to enforce the election period gun ban from January 12 to June 11, 2025, strictly prohibiting firearms and deadly weapons. The collaboration of security forces, the public, and stakeholders is vital in ensuring a peaceful and orderly election process. This is Shai Rivera reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Shai.
DWDD National News.
The Angat Dam has reached its normal high water level of 212 meters, hitting the 214.54 meter mark as of 8 a.m. yesterday. But the National Power Corporation has not advised opening the reservoir spill gates. Angat Dam is located with the Angat Watershed Forest Reserve in Barangay San Lorenzo, Norzagaray, Bulacan. It is the main source of potable water for Metro Manila and irrigation for adjoining provinces.
DWDD National News.
The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority has advised residents of Navotas and Malabon to brace for possible floods. This is due to problems with the Tangos-Tanza Navigational Gate. In a statement, the MMDA said that the gate is not functioning well because of the faulty electrical connection for one of the engines that was accidentally hit by workers doing some repairs. The agency assured that they had already sent personnel to assess and fix the problem.
Armed Forces Radio.
And now let's hear a report on the ground about 98 IB joins relief operations for Maguindanao IP evacuees. Go for the details, Beth Añete.
The 19th Infantry Battalion partnered with the local government of Dato Hofer, Maguindanao del Sur in relief operation for indigenous people and residents of Barangay Mantao, Sayap, and Limpungo, and collaboration with the Ministry of Social Service and Development, BARM, and the local offices. The operations provided to around 150 internally displaced IP evacuees. Lieutenant Colonel Gavalanes, commanding officers of the 90th IB, emphasized that their participation demonstrates their dedication in assisting and caring for indigenous communities. This is Beth Añete reporting for the AFP Community News, 1 AFP for the stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Beth Añete.
DWDD National News.
The Philippines and Japan vowed to strengthen security cooperation to counter China's actions in key sea trade routes. Japanese Foreign Minister Takeshi Iwaya met with Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo and with President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. to affirm security commitments. Iwaya vowed to continue Japanese assistance to enhance the maritime security and maritime safety capabilities of the Philippines. For his part, Manalo said they have agreed to work not only to address issues in the sense of defense and security, but to enhance resilience and enhance adaptive capacity of both nations.
DWDD National News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. signed into a law a measure establishing a framework to develop the country's natural gas industry. Republic Act 12120, or the Philippine Natural Gas Industry Development Act, seeks to establish the Philippines' downstream natural gas industry. It also aims to increase the share of natural gas in the country's energy mix by promoting it as a safe, efficient, and cost-effective source of energy. The measure's principal sponsor, Senator Pia Cayetano, said that as of the country moves towards renewable energy sources, the Philippines have to find additional base load resources which are less harmful to environment.
Armed Forces Radio.
From NOLCO, let's hear some information from Joanne about Philippine Coast Guard monitors illegal presence of China Coast Guard off Zambales.
The 19th Infantry Battalion partnered with the local government of Dato Hofer, Maguindanao del Sur in relief operation for indigenous people and residents of Barangay Mantao, Sayap, and Limpungo, and collaboration with the Ministry of Social Service and Development, BARM, and the local offices. The operations provided to around 150 internally displaced IP evacuees. Lieutenant Colonel Gavalanes, commanding officers of the 9th
The Philippine Coast Guard offshore patrol vessel BRP Gabriela Silang is actively overseeing the illegal deployment of China Coast Guard vessel 5901 off the coast of Zambales province. Throughout the day, the movements of the China Coast Guard vessel have not been continuous or expeditious, failing to meet the necessary criteria for exercising the right of innocent passage. In response, BRP Gabriela Silang has effectively maintained a protective position through skillful seamanship, successfully keeping the China Coast Guard at an average distance of 60 to 70 nautical miles from the Philippine coastline. It is essential to note that while the China Coast Guard has conducted a radio challenge against the BRP Gabriela Silang, stating that it's violating the Convention on the International Regulation for Preventing Collision at Sea 1972, this allegation disregards the more critical issue of the China Coast Guard's illegal presence within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. The PCG's close maneuvering against the China Coast Guard vessel is vital to prevent it from approaching forward the Zambales coast. The Philippine Coast Guard remains committed to safeguarding the nation's maritime interests and will continue to monitor and address any threats to its maritime jurisdiction, sovereign rights, and sovereignty in the West Philippine Sea. This is John Sagok reporting from Northern Luzon Command for AFP Community News 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Joanne from Nolcom.
DWDD National News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. said in a phone call with U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris that he was optimistic about the Philippines' continued relations with the United States. Marcos said that two countries' relationship is on the economic and diplomatic level, as well as that defense and security. The two leaders also agreed on the importance of observing and respecting international rules and norms in the South China Sea in the face of provocations from China. Harris further stressed the importance of maintaining trilateral ties between the Philippines, the U.S., and Japan.
DWDD National News.
The Land Transportation Franchising Regulatory Board is set to issue a memorandum circular to standardize the implementation of special discounts for students, persons with disabilities, and senior citizens across ride-hailing platforms in the Philippines. LTFRB Chair Chofilo Guadis III said the memo will be released by the end of January. Guadis said the initiative aims to resolve inconsistencies stemming from conflicting memoranda previously issued, which led to uneven application of discounts by transport network companies. He also acknowledged lapses in the current system and assured the public that the forthcoming guidelines would address these gaps.
Armed Forces Radio.
For other updates, Philippine Navy welcomes Airbus Asia Pacific head for modernization talks. Go ahead, Bea.
Yes, Rolf, the Philippine Navy welcomed Mr. Zakir Hamid, head of Region Asia Pacific, Airbus Defense and Space, during a courtesy call at Navy headquarters. Commodore Emilio Orio, commander of the Naval Air Wing, Philippine Fleet, received Mr. Hamid on behalf of the flag officer in command. The meeting focused on exploring modernization efforts and strengthening collaboration, and the said activity reaffirmed the Navy's commitment in becoming a modern and multi-capable maritime force. This is Beatrice reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Bea.
DWDD National News.
For other national news, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. threw his support behind the establishment of the country's first Virology and Vaccine Institute of the Philippines, or VIP building. The said facility is the government's way of preparing for another possible global pandemic. PBBM noted that the VIP would be mainly utilized to conduct research on viruses and viral diseases. DOST Secretary Renato Solidum then reiterated the importance of more funding to prevent delays and avoid structural deterioration of the BIP administration building.
DWDD National News.
Mimaropa police were able to reduce crime incidents by 30.5% in the first 2 weeks of 2025 compared to the same period last year. Police Regional Office 4B Director Police Brigadier General Roger Queseda attributed the crime reduction to intensified anti-criminality campaigns and strengthened community collaboration in the Mimaropa region. Queseda said a total of 139 crime incidents were reported from January 1 to 13 this year, compared to 200 incidents reported during the same period last year. He also said a significant 64.10% drop was observed in the 8 focus crimes such as murder, homicide, physical injuries, rape, theft, robbery, kidnapping, and motorcycle theft.
Armed Forces Radio.
And let us hear more from Meljoy of first year GBA 74's IV Conductor Service Candidates Military Orientation Training.
Yes, Rolf, the 71st Infantry Kaibigan Battalion, Philippine Army, accommodated the conduct of military orientation training for the reservist candidates of Perpetual Help College of Pangasinan at Headquarters 71st Infantry Battalion, Barangay Kabaluyan 2nd, Mangatarim, Pangasinan. The said training aims to provide basic military knowledge and skills to reservist candidates who are teaching and non-teaching personnel of the said university in preparation for their incorporation into the reserve force. In addition, the training aims to develop strong relations between the regular and the reserve forces, which will support the current intent of the higher headquarters and the unit in integrating the reserve force as it focuses to territorial defense operation. During the orientation, the reservist candidates were introduced to a variety of essential military operational standard operating procedures. They engaged in specialized training modules focusing on movement and formation techniques, battle engagements through practical battle drills, and immediate action drills. They were also taught with basic map reading and land navigation skills as well as marksmanship training. This hands-on experience not only broadened their understanding but also deepened their appreciation for the vital role played by the Philippine Army in terms of national security and territorial integrity. This is Meljo Inesio Oroco reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Maljoy of First CRG.
DWDD National News.
Operatives of the Criminal Investigation and Detection Group arrested a total of 29 foreigners for allegedly running an online gaming operation inside a resort in Silang, Cavite. CIDG Director Brigadier General Nicolas Torres III said the physical custody of the foreign nationals apprehended in the said facility will be placed under the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission. But Torres added that the legal custody remains with the Bureau of Immigration while deportation proceedings are still ongoing. Last year, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. implemented a total ban on Philippine offshore gaming operator or POGO operations in the country.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that concludes today's broadcast. Thank you for tuning in, especially to our audience on AFP Radio's DWDD's Facebook page. Be sure to join and catch us again tomorrow for more stories and updates, same time and same station. Once again, this is Ralph Susan Abay for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Susan every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.